Happy New Year, everyone! We recently visited Palm Springs for our daughter's cheerleading competition, and in between the excitement, we made time to visit the iconic Palm Spring Air Museum. Whether you love history, old airplanes, or just exploring new places, this museum has something for everyone. So join us. When they drop the bombs, let's come to it.
No, this is just for fuel.
As we entered, we were greeted by amazing veteran volunteers who shared their first-hand stories and knowledge about planes and history on display. It was incredible to learn from them. And I get to learn from my husband, who is a certified aircraft mechanic in the U.S. Navy. This man knows a lot.
I probably was on this deployment.
Really?
Yeah. See? We're here, 14.
Ooh.
14, oldest and the oldest.
The museum features over 70 planes, mainly from the World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. And some of them still fly today. Like, you can actually rent it out.
Looks like they're getting ready for flying.
Yeah.
The museum has 4 large hangars, each packed with amazing things to see. In the World War II hangars, you'll find iconic planes like the P-51 Mustang and the B-17 Flying Fortress, which played a big role in winning the war.
Big.
So it's
What's
crazy.
in it?
So it has 4 engines. Each engine has 1,200 horsepower. Each. Yeah, long range bomber.
Really?
Is that from the propeller?
Yeah, this is the actual engine. This is the one they use. R1820 cyclone.
Whoa.
So this is the bombing bay.
So this is where the bombs are?
Yep.
So they drop it there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can actually go inside.
You can go inside?
Oh, never mind.
No, it says please do not enter.
The museum's B-17, which is Miss Angela, is beautifully preserved. Inside, we saw tight spaces where 10 crew members worked together, facing danger at every turn. The Flying Fortress wasn't just a plane. It was a symbol of strength and courage during the darkest time in the history.
It's actually so cool.
This is cool. So just like trying to like go back into that time, you know. I mean, worked on aircraft for over 20 years now. It's completely different from when it was back then. Completely different. I mean, a lot of things we were saying are similar, but yeah, these guys, man, the way they did things was way different from what we do now. So you can tell if a missile is live. I mean, obviously this is on display, but if it's live, it's got the yellow bands on them.
Really?
Yeah.
So this one is supposed to be live.
Yeah.
But I think it's not.
A lot of the ones that we normally fly with, practice ones, are blue. You know?
Next is the Korea and Vietnam Hangar, which is filled with helicopters, planes, and exhibits that tell the story of the Korean and Vietnam Wars. One of the highlights is the Huey helicopter. Did I even pronounce that right? But this is really the symbol of the Vietnam War, known for saving countless lives by transporting soldiers and supplies and rescuing the wounded.
It's pretty cool note here. Huey number 174 crashed during a medevac mission on February
1969.
Yep. And it was in Vietnam. So if you look inside, they have things that were actually still in the aircraft when it crashed in Vietnam. Like some of the panels, some of the gauges over there, I guess wiring or whatever.
Wow.
But that's kind of pretty cool. They got it kind of like hanging like on display sort of. But you can see over there, there's like a gauge, like an altimeter gauge or something. Like, but yeah, it's kind of cool how they got everything on display like that.
Next, we have the Pacific Hangar that highlights the World War II wars in the Pacific. It features famous planes like Grumman, F-4F Wildcat, and the F-6F Hellcat, which played key roles in defeating Japan. But what truly surprised us was the F-117 Nighthawk on display. The F-117 Nighthawk is the first operational stealth fighter, and it was designed to avoid radar and carry out precise missions. And its unique angular shape and black coating give it a really futuristic look.
So the crazy angles, you can see how like it's got the crazy sharp angles. That's for the radar. So lows so the radars will not attach to it. So I mean, it's for stealth bomber. But if you notice, like on the F-22s or F-35s, they're similar. Even the Super Hornets, they have like that 45-degree angle type, you know.
It's called Night Stalkers. Look.
Yeah, that's the squadron that this one was attached to.
Dang.
So, or I guess that's what they call them in the Air Force.
This looks so cool. So, babe,
Yeah.
what is the fastest aircraft right now?
The fastest? That's a good question. I don't know what the fastest is. Because we're not going to say which one's the fastest.
What's the newest?
Right now, it's the F-35. It's one of the newest.
Which I saw that.
Yeah.
The thing. Here. Those are look so badass too.
So this is the P-86B Prowler. They're now replaced with the Growlers, which is pretty much like a Super Hornet F-18 that's built to do the same thing, and a little bit more than what this aircraft was able to do.
To this one?
Yeah, so this is no longer functional in the Navy.
So it's no longer in service.
Yeah, so they replaced it with the Growlers. So on the ship, so the exhaust kind of like blows down, and a lot of people will like try to walk behind the aircraft, and the force of the exhaust will like knock your feet from underneath you.
Really?
So people who don't really know that would like get blown down.
Well, at least you're gonna land in the water.
Pretty much with these and the S3s, pretty much similar design as far as the engine wise. That's crazy. Does this mean I'm getting old? Like we're walking in airplanes that I've touched, I've worked on, I've been around, and they're in museums now.
Means you're old.
Hey.
Sorry.
We actually spent 3 hours here, and it felt like it wasn't enough. We love everything in this museum, from outstanding collection of well-maintained airplanes down to the detailed information. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us on this quick tour. We hope to see you again on our next video. Take care and God bless.